You know, it's more than that. It's actually more about building a relationship, making them realize that it's not just about fitness, but it's about like what we can get about each other in there. I feel like that's like the biggest thing. Thankfully, I didn't have that, and it was just always about figuring different ways out.
That's self-confidence, which is definitely needed. It's the difference between obviously ego and self-confidence, that you're so self-confident about yourself and your motivation and where you're going to be at in 10 years that you don't need anybody else to motivate you. You just motivate yourself. Hi everyone, welcome to Life of Friends podcast presented by Ifbb brand. If you could help one person listening, then that's all that matters. Hopefully you get something out of this. I'm Alex, one of your co-hosts, and we also have Miguel over here.
Hey guys, how we doing?
And then our guest of honor will be Cesar right now.
What up, guys? Thank you guys for having me. I was looking forward to it. I'm excited. Let's get it going.
Yes,
Glad
sir.
to have you, man. So Cesar, tell us something about yourself, man. I mean, what do you do? Why do you do it?
So, first of all, I'm 29 years old.
Okay.
I love fitness. I love touching people's lives through fitness. It's just been my thing. It hasn't been always. We'll get deep on it later.
Okay.
But it's my why, just kind of changing people's lives, building more confidence, kind of just helping somebody become a better version of themselves, you know. And it's just something that kind of started within myself, and then realized, you know, it's a nice thing, and why not just try to help others do the same. Yep.
That's dope.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm.
We've known you, me and Miguel. We've all known each other for about like less than a year, right?
Yep.
I think we met. At least I met you maybe like a week or two after Miguel.
Mm-hmm.
How did you guys actually meet, both of you?
Have story, actually. So we actually have a mutual friend, right?
Yeah.
Christian
Christian.
Guzman. Yeah. And it was Christian's birthday, and he invited me out, and I was like, "Fuck it, dude! I haven't seen you like in a year or so, give or take." And we went to, I believe it was
Country Club.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
And Cesar was there, and I was like, "Oh, you know, what's up?" So that's pretty much how we met, over some drinks.
Yeah, and right away he told me about his brand, and
that's good.
I was
good.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, let me see some of the stuff," and then he showed me some of the shirts, and I was like, "Yo, like, those are fire." And at that moment, it was like the oversized tees were kind of like in,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like just coming in, and I was like, "Dude, like those are fire." And then we just started talking. We just had a great night. We got kind of drunk and ended up the night with Miguel breaking a Tesla bottle.
Oh my
To be
god!
that
I
was
do know
that
story.
was fuck no. So actually, I was like 3 feet away from that bottle when it got broken. Trust me, that was not me.
Well,
It was not me.
Miguel actually has this thing where he like something happens, but he
Is that
doesn't
him?
say it's him. It's like with Blue's Cruise. You remember when you hit his card at the pop up and it
No.
fell in the water?
He handed his card to me, and I bumped it with my shoulder.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So the Tesla bottle wasn't you that broke it.
anyways,
I didn't even touch it.
It broke. Something.
Someone broke the bottle. It was not me.
And then Miguel started slurping the rest of the tequila.
Yeah,
Was it good tequila?
Yeah, it was nice.
dude, it was honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was fucking phenomenal tequila. I just don't think it's worth $1,200.
Yeah, exactly.
but it was really good tequila.
At that time, was it Christian's bottle?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he had two, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, he had two.
He had two, bro.
Okay, Christian.
And you know what? You know what's annoying about that too is that the bottle fell, right? But the hole wasn't that big, so the tequila was like slowly dripping out, and all three of us were just like staring at it. And I was like, "Why didn't we pick it up?"
Yeah, we just
like,
Because you guys were probably drunk.
Yeah.
we
Like,
could have saved
whatever.
like half the bottle. We were just like reminiscent of like how it fell. We're like, "Who dropped it? What happened?"
That's funny.
But yeah, whatever.
So that's how you guys met, right? And then it went from there. And I think because of that brand, I went up to your house pretty much to. I got lost in your apartment, bro.
I know, those
your old
apartments,
apartment.
yeah. Those apartments
You
are-
have a house now. We'll talk about it later, but brought you the clothes and whatnot, and then kind of went from there.
Yeah, I remember that day. It was cool with the whole box.
Yeah, the whole box. Yeah,
This
yeah.
is nice.
You're actually one of the first person we gave a box like
Really?
that too.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I think he was the first, if not.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you were the
I
first.
think he was the
That's
first one.
sick.
You were the
Mhm.
first. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because we met you when we started the brand like 2 months after, bro.
That's amazing. man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
You were
amazing.
like one of the first ones.
And to see how you guys are like building, it's crazy.
Thanks,
Yeah,
bro.
welcome to the new
Thank you.
space, by the
I
way.
know.
You're the first guest
First guest.
that we have in this new space.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Thank you guys.
Not,
for that.
not,
Thank
not in
you.
like a little apartment that we used to have. So
I love this. This is This is super sick, bro.
yeah, we'll have you more often, obviously. But yeah, so that's how you guys met. We met shortly after because of that, and then I think you started training at Onyx Atletica.
Exactly.
Like maybe like on and off, but then you moved over.
Yes, I was at Infinite, and then I
Yeah.
moved over. I was half and half, and then I finally made the transition to Onyx full time, and then that's when I started training Cole, Gabby, and then yourself.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
It's pretty cool. Now we're all pretty close. We all
Yep.
hang out together, stuff like that. Gabby, you guys hang out all the time, obviously. Funny little person.
Gabby's, she's an amazing person too. She's super cool, like all of you guys.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
Yeah, she would be here today,
Gabby.
but a little wisdom teeth action.
She's a little chipmunk for the
Yeah,
how does
chipmunk.
how does her cheeks look?
It's actually not too bad because I saw her at the beginning when she got it done, so it's like not that swollen.
Right.
It will be swollen like in the next couple days or so. Have you guys had wisdom teeth taken out?
I haven't. No. So I actually got lucky, and then they don't have to take them out.
Damn.
Which is amazing.
I'm the same way. Yeah, mine are
fuck you guys.
Mine are chilling.
I got all 4 taken out.
I know. That's what my girl Michelle said.
Yeah, damn.
She got all 4 too. Feel bad for that.
For like 2-3 months, it's like you can't eat normal food, and even then, it's like you can't chew the same way until like maybe 4 or 5 months later.
Oh man.
Because it still hurts. Like it takes a while to recover.
Right.
Because it's in your mouth, so it's like it opens up the wound, closes back over and over.
I mean, they're literally yanking a whole tooth out of your fucking gum. So
It sounds painful.
Yeah, bro.
Sounds painful.
So you said you moved over. Let's go back to like how you kind of went. Like you're in Onyx Atletica now in Newport Beach. Dope ass gym, obviously.
Yeah.
And before that, you were at Infinite, which is in Irvine.
Yeah, Irvine, Costa Mesa area, borderline.
Why did you do the switch?
So it was just a matter of just I had been at Infinite for a little bit over a year. Just great people, great facility, huge. It's a great clientele, good environment. However, it's just at the time I was talking with Griffin and a few people there at Onyx.
And who's Griffin?
Griffin's the owner. Oh, sorry. Griffin's the owner of Onyx. Griffin, Nick, and at that time it was Jacob. So through Instagram, like they invited me to like their opening. I went and checked out their opening, and they were like, "Dude, like like you'll be a good fit here, whatever." But at that time, I didn't want to leave Infinite yet, because it was just I was comfortable there. I was happy there, and BJ, which is the owner of Infinite, was always a good person. He's always super nice. So I decided to just stay at Infinite, and then little things started happening. It just made more sense for me to actually move into Onyx, and Onyx was just a better fit for me and my clients. So at the end of the day, I just felt like that was the smartest choice. I kind of talked about it with my girl, and then just figured out that was like the best move for me. And I wouldn't look back. It was amazing. I still miss some of the people there, but we all got to move forward, and it's just
next chapter.
Exactly,
I love that. And plus now you live in Costa Mesa. You don't live in Irvine anymore, so it's like
it's like 7 minutes away from the gym, so it's fucking amazing.
That's ideal.
That's dope. So besides the training, obviously, like you're a personal trainer at Onyx, whatnot. Did you bring all the clients from Infinite to here, or did you have new clients? Like think of it like I guess a trainer that's listening, like how it is switching over to a new gym that's like somewhat nearby but not that close.
So it was. I thought it was going to be a little more complicated than what it actually was. So I was thinking of like the logistics and how to like mention it to people, and like what if somebody's not wanting to do it, because Infinite is a great facility, and people were enjoying it. Some of my clients had memberships there because they do memberships. So I was like, man, like it's gonna be a little tough. But the moment I kind of started bringing it up to my clients and telling them the reasoning, it was like a no-brainer. Like everybody's like, dude, like if you go over there, like that's where we're going. Yeah. Which was super cool. So as soon as I made the move and decided to let everybody know, slowly transitioning. Most of the time, my clients were already going there. The moment they went in and saw Onyx, they were like, "Oh, this is a dope ass gym too," So I feel like the fact that they were going from one good gym to another good gym, and it was like it really didn't affect them. I think they were just more concerned like that I was in a good place and that I was just comfortable. And when they realized that and they saw that it was like the best thing for me, they just kind of just went along with it, which is amazing.
That's dope. I love that.
Yeah, great clients, man.
Yeah, definitely. I'm blessed for sure.
I mean, that relationship in general that you built with them, it's like pretty much you're not just their trainers. You become their friends and family. They want to support you. So for them to, like you see some trainers, I wouldn't say like Onyx, obviously, but I would say more like, the commercial gyms or whatnot, where they just train, you pay them, whatnot, and they just kind of move forward when they're done. It's like, for me, like you were my trainer at one point. I don't have you as a trainer anymore, but here we are. We're still friends, still hang out. We'll go out. I still go to the gym whenever you hit me up. So I think that's something that you do pretty amazingly, and I've noticed that about you with all your clients. You're pretty much like all close friends with all of them.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the biggest things that like when people have asked me like, hey man, like what's keeping you kind of like different from other trainers, and like or like why are your clients constantly just staying with you, or I never really struggled too much in like finding clients, or like I've never low-end clients, thank God. And it's usually because of that. So my thing is kind of first making them feel confident, make them feel comfortable, making sure that the work is getting done first of all, and like the goals are getting set. But doing that, it's also about making the whole thing fun and building a relationship with them that it's just makes them be like, oh, you know, like I'm not gonna go to the gym today, but then they think they're like, man, I can't let Cesar down, you know. It's like I gotta go.
Yeah.
And in my point too, like, you know, it's like there's a day I might get lazy, but I'm like, oh, you know, no, I can't. Like I know that my clients are gonna be there, so I gotta show up for them, you know. And it's like little conversations, just talking about like each other's days, like little things, talk about goals and stuff like that. It just teaches people that I'm not just there just to train them and babysit them, or like, you know, it's more than that. It's actually more about building a relationship, making them realize that it's not just about fitness, but it's about like what we can get about each other in there. And I feel like that's like the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's honestly amazing. I mean, fitness, it kind of like revolves around everything. If you're consistent with fitness and whatnot, and you have someone like yourself pushing you, it kind of spreads out into all different aspects of life, pretty much.
Yep. Whatever you're doing, the way you do one thing is how you're gonna do everything else. So I'm a big on that. Whether it's being at the gym, you know, if you're quitting early, you're gonna quit outside of the gym early. If you're sitting there and doing extra reps, or you're doing extra time in cardio, it's going to translate into everything that's outside of the gym. And next thing you know, like next time that like you're working for a promotion, or you're trying to hit a sales quota, you kind of have that mentality where it's like, no, I got to do more, you know? And it's just like, it just translates into a whole lifestyle, which is, I'm a big believer in that.
Love it.
Yeah, I agree. I think the fitness actually introduces you into a lot of discipline in like the rest of your life, right? So I mean, it starts off with just, you know, wanting to be healthier and look better for yourself, but then it ends out into being like, oh, you know what, like I can apply this into my job. I can apply this into my everyday lifestyle for that sense.
Everything.
Yeah, definitely. Huge.
Just put in the work, be disciplined, and just show up for yourself, you know?
Yeah.
I agree completely with that.
Before you were into fitness, I don't know, were you always into fitness?
So no, that's a funny thing. I wasn't. I hated the gym.
What?
It's a funny thing. I hated it.
Everybody hear that? Your trainer right now hated the gym, okay? So if you're a person right now who used to hate the gym, look what happens.
And I think that actually helps me into the person I am today with my clients, because I've been there, you know. I've been to a point where like, dude, I have to go to the gym again, like, you know. And it's like it's funny that like now I'm like it's my life and I love it and I wouldn't change it for any other thing. But dude, I mean, I grew up playing soccer. Okay. So it was my dream to always like turn pro and stuff like that, you know.
So you played soccer in like little kid?
Since I was 5 years old. I played soccer. I moved out here to the U.S., you know, and then I kept playing here because the only thing I kind of enjoyed, knew how to do.
Where did you move from?
So I was born in Mexico. I was born in Guadalajara, Mexico. Okay. So I 9 years old, my family decided to make the move and come over here. So then after that, I got here to 5th grade. Did the whole like learning English, graduated from elementary, went into middle school, and without the language barrier and all that and the culture change, the only thing that was very similar was soccer. You know, it's like I got here and I found people that knew how to play soccer. So it just helped me transition and it just helped me do everything. So it was always my kind of escape to go out. So my dream was to make it pro, and like I tried to follow that as much as I could until it just didn't happen. But then one door closes, another door opens. So it's just kind of just staying positive.
So let's go back to that. So you obviously moved here at 5 years old. Your family from Guadalajara, Mexico. Is that where you're from, Miguel, as well, right?
So I'm actually from a place near Guadalajara. It's called San Miguel el Alto, Jalisco. It's about San Miguel el Alto, Jalisco.
Okay.
It's actually located about an hour and a half away from Guadalajara.
Okay.
But you can pretty much say I'm from Guadalajara because if you tell somebody else I'm from San Miguel, they're like, well, where's that located?
It's like pretty much people from here too. Like when you move somewhere else, like you don't say like, oh, or you're from in California, Orange County. Like what? Like, oh, I'm from LA.
From LA.
Okay.
Exactly.
I know exactly where that is now. Same thing. So that's okay. Similar to that. So you moved here when you were 5 from there. Went to soccer, all that stuff. So when did you get into like working out? Like obviously soccer is like a different type of fitness, but like actual like bodybuilding.
So through soccer, as I got older, I realized if I wanted to make it pro or like make it to a college or anything like that, I was gonna have to start getting a little more physical. So my brother was always in the gym, and my friends were in the gym. So I remember getting my first gym membership at the YMCA in Torrance. Okay. And I'd go, and I hated it, dude. So I'd just go and just do cardio, try to play basketball, look for guys that were playing soccer, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch weights. My brother would just sit there and try to like get me to lift weights. I'd go like one day and I was like, dude, it's not for me. Like, I was like, I gotta stick to soccer. I'm gonna get heavy. Like that was my
I'm gonna
big
get
thing.
too big.
I was like, I'm gonna get too heavy, and like I'm like, I'm making excuses, dude. And just kept doing that, and eventually, it just got to a point where I realized like I wasn't gonna make it a pro at soccer, and I still could play like maybe like some semi-pro levels, but I figured like, what's that gonna do for me?
Yeah.
You know, it's not really gonna do much. So I decided to just focus into getting a career, working, going to school, and I decided to do that. And eventually, I was gaining a little bit of weight. You know, as you're starting to turn like, I think I was at that time like 20 years old, something like that, 21. And you're like, your metabolism is not the same. You're not just eating anything. So I was
I feel
I was
like
like,
that.
dude, I was like, I'm getting some weight. So then I was like, I gotta get a gym membership. And I remember I went to Planet Fitness and got a gym membership, and started going there. And I'm super competitive, so I started going there. Saw the people that were going there, and I started seeing some dudes that like just look good, and I was like, I want to look good too. So then I started like going on YouTube, looking for videos, following people that just kind of knew what they were doing, and I just started going every day. Like there's times
Okay.
I'll get off of work and I'll be there like 10, 11 p.m. and it was just enjoy. It was like my escape. It became like from soccer, you transition into that, and it was just like, man, I love this. And then
Like
I started
addiction.
exactly, and I started looking into bodybuilding. And then I remember one day I told one of my old friends, I don't talk to him no more, but I was like, hey, dude, I think I'm gonna compete one day. And I remember I remember he laughed and he said, dude, that's never gonna happen. And I mean, at this time, I'm like 145 pounds, bro.
Yeah. You just started, so it's
it's like my first,
Yeah.
not even a year training, And I was like, okay. And I was like, I'm gonna make that happen, So that was my goal. And then it just worked everything I could until I got to that point, which is cool.
See, I like that though. But like, even though you just started whatnot, obviously, like it was like a long way away for you to compete, but you're already driven enough that you're like, I'm going to make it happen. No, even if someone's like, yeah, right. It's like that's not gonna happen. So that's pretty cool. I think my fitness journey is kind of similar to yours, where pretty much, obviously, I'm not bodybuilder or anything like that, but pretty much it was from basketball, like competitive in high school, whatnot. And then when I like college hit, I didn't have that anymore. So I transitioned to powerlifting because my body type is more powerlifting, and I got addicted to that as well. So similar thing. That's pretty cool though.
No, yeah, it's a different. And then I look back at it, and it's just like, I'm like, damn, like I kind of like, how did I hate coming here, like, But it's just different types of your life where it's like, your mental state is just in a different place, and it's just like things are just, I guess you have like a time for each thing, and they have to be at the right time, and it just happens that way, and it just, you ask no questions and you just kind of go with the flow.
Okay. So obviously, timeline wise, started working out and whatnot. When did you become a trainer? Like, so you were in school, right, at that time?
Yes, I was going to Cal Poly.
Okay.
So I was going
Good
to Cal
school.
Poly.
Really good school.
Thank you. So I was there, and then I studied kinesiology.
Oh, nice.
So I was doing kinesiology, and then so became super obsessed with like anatomy and physiology, how the human body works. And at that time, it was the same time I was getting into training more. So it just went along with each other. So I started learning more, and I became like, it was just easy for me, like learning the muscle types, learning workouts, learning how the body works. Everything was just kind of super interesting. Like it was one of those classes where like I was in class and time would go by so fast. Like I would ask questions. I would like look forward to going to that class, and it was like, and I was never like a big fan of school, So it was like, hey man, there's something here that I enjoy doing. So my first thought was I wanted to be a athletic trainer.
Okay, so like
for a soccer team, a sports team, I wanted to take care of their rehab, take care of the athletes and stuff like that. So that's what I wanted to do. I was going to school for that. I enjoyed it, enjoyed everything about it, and as I started going more into bodybuilding, as I said, with the competitions and stuff, I was like, you know what, like this is very similar. I was like, how about I kind of focus more into this? Plus, it gives me the option to have my own business, not have to work for anybody, not have to be on the road all the time, And the pay for an athletic trainer isn't that great. So
it's it's pretty much like a teacher salary, isn't
exactly. I think they start you off at like $40K, bro. Unless you're like in a huge university or like a pro team.
Yeah.
And even then, you're hitting maybe like 100, 150,
So that's like your cap though.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like for the travel time, and like you're never home, like it's a lot of stress. And I just kind of put it in the balance board, and it wasn't worth it. And I was like, started just asking around other trainers, seeing how it worked, and I was like, you know what, like I would love to be in a gym every day. So why not just make it happen? And
Like you're already there all the time.
Exactly.
Might as
That's
well
what
make
I-
some money out of it.
that's what I said. And then just the whole environment of just being at the gym is just like, with the music, you know, it's like, it's not like you're in an office space where you're just like, damn, I can't wait to get off, you know? It's like, you're talking to different people, you're like just having a good time,
You're
chilling.
changing people's lives.
Exactly. And you have your own business and you get to set your own schedule. You have the freedom. And I think at that point, one of the most important things I was looking for was being able to have freedom.
Yeah.
To be able to just move my life as I wanted to and not have to like listen to somebody. From being working in past jobs, I was just so over it. And I was like, I'm meant for like better things. And it just happened that way.
I love that.
That's awesome.
I mean, I think me and Miguel, obviously, like we joined the entrepreneurship route as well, journey as well. Question for you about that, actually. Like, obviously, you were in the gym, whatnot. Did you have someone that, that you were like around with, either a family member or a friend or a mentor that was doing the entrepreneurship journey? Like for us, we didn't really have anyone dabbling in our space that we knew to kind of guide us. So when we went into entrepreneurship and in our clothing brand, we kind of just went like head first, not knowing anything, and learned it as we go. Did you have someone to guide you in any way?
So I think growing up, like my uncles and stuff like that, they all had their own business.
Okay.
So it was just always kind of seeing them succeed, seeing them have nice things. And even though they worked a lot, they just didn't have like a set schedule. It was just kind of like it was their own thing.
Yeah.
So growing up I feel like unconsciously that was just always in my head, and I just could never feel comfortable in any type of job that I was doing. I've tried different things, and it was just like I was always pretty good at whatever I was doing, and I would try to find a way to enjoy it. But deep down, I knew it was like I had a little bug that was like, this is not for me. Like I got to be better than that. And eventually, it just finally just switched up and popped up, and I would always beat myself up like, man, I got to do better things. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, what is my purpose? What's my goal? Like, what's gonna make me happy? And it just, after beating myself up so long, it just finally just like I said, like a switch, it just popped up from one day to another, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna give this a try.
Yeah, I could just do it.
Yeah, and it was like fucking amazing. And it's a big risk, of course, but it's worth it. It's like not easy, and definitely stressful, and it's out of your comfort zone, I think. But it's like once you make it happen and you see other people doing it, it's just as easy as like, well, they're doing it,
Yeah.
There has to be a way for me to make it happen.
I do that. I think about it all the time. Sometimes I pass by like businesses and whatnot, like brick and mortars, the standalone business, and different whatever business it is, whether it's a laundromat or whatnot. I'm like, damn, they have a location. They're here. They've been here for like 4 years or 5 years that I've lived here. Like I pass by all the time. Like if this little shop could do it, like we could do it too.
Exactly.
Like the way I think about it. I'm gonna pause a little bit for you guys to continue. I'm gonna use the restroom.
Yeah, go ahead.
I always do this.
Gabby warned us about you.
Did she?
It's all the caffeine you're drinking, brother.
They say they call you small bladder Alex.
That's funny. Yeah. So, Cesar, tell me, bro, you have any short-term goals, long-term goals, anything you're looking forward to?
So I guess now it's getting to a short-term goal, but it's always been my long-term goal.
Okay.
It's to turn pro in men's physique, or like it was men's physique or classic physique, which is a division in bodybuilding. But to now it's in men's physique, which is probably the closest one, So I've been working for that the past, I'd say, like 4 years, seriously. And that's been like my goal, like every day, the first thing I say is like, always give gratitude for like little things and always like manifest things. And that's like the one thing that over the past 4 years, it's never changed. It's like, I am an Ifbb pro. Like I say that every morning.
Right.
And
right.
Sometimes you get sidetracked and things happen in life, but at the end of the day, you just got to dig deep and be like, who am I and what do I want? And that's just my goal. That's like my biggest goal. Another goal is just kind of I'm a big family guy, and it's just like I want to be able to start a family and then just kind of be at peace with that, and then just be able to travel, do all the cool things, Okay. So that's always been a goal, and I'd say be able to support like my family, like my mom. I don't want my mom to work. That's always been my biggest goal. So whatever I do is like, I want my mom to be able to just enjoy things. If she wants to work, she could work. But if she doesn't, she doesn't have to. Exactly.
Provide the nice things in life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's always. I think that's like one of the most important things for me. But Yeah, dude. And like there's always like, I call them micro goals that I set. Those can be weekly. It can be monthly. It can be every 6 months. You know.
Those are essential. Though.
Yeah.
I love micro goals because those set you up for the big goals.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's compound effects. I'm a big. I don't know if you guys ever. I'm a big reader, but if you guys ever read The Compound Effect, it's a huge. It's one of my favorite books. It talks
We
about.
might have it here. We have a stack
You
of
have it,
books
dude.
there.
The
But
compound
Yeah.
effect. It talks about how like the little things that you do every day, how they lead to like the big things that happen in your life. Whether it's like saving 10 cents a day,
yeah.
to like maybe just walking an extra 10 steps a day. You know, whatever your goal is, but it's like a compound. So that was a huge book that I read. That was just amazing for me.
I'm not a big big book reader either. Are you a book reader?
Yeah,
I think
dude.
he
you
is.
are?
I love it. Yeah.
He said he was.
Okay, me and Miguel
Yeah.
are definitely not book readers, but this
I
year
try to get
I
myself
want to
into
be more of a book reader.
It was good. I mean, I hated reading, and I was like, I can't focus, you know. And one year, I think it was like a new year, and I was like, I think this was 2000, I believe it's like 2019. I was like, you know what? I've never read a whole book. I was like, I'm gonna read. My goal was that year was to read 6 books.
Okay.
I read 24 books.
Shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was insane, dude.
$2 a month, huh?
Yeah, it was insane, dude. Like every time I do cardio, I'll just read.
Oh, you know what? I saw your stories like
Yeah.
back when you were like on prep mode and
Yeah,
whatnot, which we'll talk about competition. But in prep mode, I would always see your stories if you were reading a book. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like it makes time go by fast. It's peaceful, keeps me stress free, and it just keeps me pushing forward. Like there's something to learn every time. You know, it's like different
Yeah.
books, and it's also amazing. It's just little things that you do that just I feel like make you feel good about yourself. You know, and it's like super important. Whether it's like maybe for somebody it could be drinking enough wine in a day. You know, or like the little things. I feel like just reading a book and picking up a book for me was just like my mental focus was kind of like I'm doing something.
Yeah.
You know, and it just kept me at peace,
Okay.
which was nice.
We're actually going to move over to I think it's perfect segment right now to talk about what's your vive.
Yeah.
So vive means to live in French. So let's go over some questions over here. So pretty much first question of this segment is what fulfills you outside of your daily life, right? So you're a personal trainer, you know, you have a girlfriend, you have 2 dogs, one not, you have your friends and family, but things outside of your daily routine that fulfills you.
So outside of my daily routine, so I mean, other than my fitness, I mean, like I said, fitness is huge, you know.
Yeah.
So outside of that, what fulfills me, I say, is making my mom proud.
Okay.
Big thing. So it's like always behind my head, in the back of my head, to make sure that like whatever I'm doing is like, okay, like is this gonna make my mom proud, you know? And it, not only that, but make sure it keeps me happy. But she's a big part of my life, and so that's always a big thing. Also, like you said, my dogs.
Yeah.
Like my relationship with my girlfriend, it's huge. You know, like I try to include her in everything I do. It's just like she's like my best friend. So it's like just going out on dates, doing little things. You know,
I love
it's
that.
just like that just keeps me happy. Like if I'm not at the gym, it's like I'm gonna be at home with my dogs, my girl, or just there's like a freaking crazy part of me where it's like I'm like still like have a little bit of party in me. So it's like if I get my things done and it's like, all right, dude, like I'll hit up like some of my close friends and it's like, go get wild for like 2-3 weeks, and then it's like okay, and then reset.
I think you have to do that once in a while.
You know?
Like I think like same thing. I think with us, I feel like we used to go out a lot back in the days. We don't as much anymore. But when we do go out, like I never regret it now because I'm like, you know what, I earned this. This feels good. Like I need to enjoy myself once in a while. So I think it's the same thing.
Yeah. So I think all that it's a balance of like what fulfills me. But I think the main thing it's like it's always been a thing about me like being fulfilled, and it's not just about financial status or just anything. I feel like it's more like freedom, you know, like having the freedom to be able to like go out with my girlfriend and go have dinner.
Yeah, and not worried about it.
Exactly. Yeah, being able to go like in a weekend and go to Hawaii how we did, or like being able to just do the smallest things, whether it's just fucking go get a coffee or something.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just those small things. It just fulfills me, and I think coming from a different country, where like I mean, although I came when I was younger, I still have like huge memories of like what life was like over there.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just a big difference, dude. And it's from just being over there and like seeing the limitations that people have or family members that I still have over there. It's just like, man, every day I'm blessed that I'm able to just have hot water every day. You know, like
yeah, we're in freaking Orange County, Costa Mesa, and Newport Beach. Like people travel all around the world to come here.
I agree.
And we live here.
And you know what? That's actually a big, like, just problem here in the U.S. as well.
Yeah.
Is that people that live here that haven't lived in any other state always complain about the smallest things that we have here in Orange County or in California in general, right? But they're just so ungrateful because they don't really know what's happening outside of the U.S., right? Because they've never lived there.
And
So-
you know, I'm a big believer in that too. And it's like I thought the same exact way about you. You know, it's like, oh, you know, like people like they're complaining, they don't realize, you know. But it's like then I started to think about it one day, and it was like they've never actually experienced that.
Yeah,
so
they don't know any better.
We can't call them like ungrateful. You know, it's like although we're like, oh, you're ungrateful, dude. Like if you only knew, you know. But it's like they've never lived that, so it's like. Couldn't really call them ungrateful. I felt they're just a lack of life experience that they just had, and like maybe a closed mind. But yeah, it's like if they went and just experienced things in like any other third world country, you know, that they'll be like, man, like, oh shit, like, you know, like these things are real. Like I should be grateful that like I have fucking hot water. I should be grateful that I have enough food to eat. I have enough grateful that like
toilet paper too.
Bro, toilet paper.
Toilet
like,
paper.
Crazier like
so I'm half Filipino. So in the Philippines, like I visited a few times. I never lived in the Philippines, but lived in Asia as well. But I remember my sister went there for like a whole entire summer. And my sister was like 7 or 8 years old at the time. She grew up here in Orange County. So she went there for the summer, and it was like a big life, like just changed her entire perspective. She had to take cold showers, obviously, and it wasn't like a faucet. It was like from like a little
bucket.
Bucket. And then same when you had to use the restroom, like number 2. It was a
bucket
of water with your hand.
Dump it in there,
and it wasn't toilet paper. So it's like, even toilet paper, like, you know, it's like crazy.
Yeah, no, I still have all those memories. Like, to heat up the water, if you got lucky, it was like this heating thing in a piece of wood. You connect it to the light, to electricity, put it in the bucket of water, let it sit there for a little bit, it'll get a little warm, and then you just get a little yogurt cup. You know those big yogurt cups? Yeah, you get the yogurt cup, and you just start fucking just showering.
Yourself,
and I remember being as a kid, dude, and like I'm in the shower. And I'm doing that, and I look at the water faucet, and I'm like, why can't I just get water off the faucet? You know, like, why am I doing this thing?
Why am I doing
this? As a kid, you understand that.
I didn't, you know, and then, but you also don't complain because you just like, oh, dude, this is
You're used to it, you know, like you've been doing it for a while, you don't question it.
Yeah, so I remember I got over here, and then my first experiences over here, I was like, wow, I want to be in the shower all day, you know? Like, dude, it was like... It
was funny, like...
Where's Cesar? Oh, he's in the shower.
It was funny, it was like... It's been cold here lately, but not that cold compared to other places, but cold for California. And I was like in the hot shower, and I walked out of the shower, and I told Gabby, I was like, man, I wish I just had like a hot shower following me everywhere I walked. Like just constantly under a hot shower.
That'd be pretty nice.
Funny.
Actually, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy, like different things like that.
Well, we have a second question leading up to this segment.
So I actually already asked that question earlier when you were in the restroom. However, I do have a third question for you, Cesar. Earlier you were saying how your uncle was one of your one of the biggest people you looked up to because he had his own business and, you know, they were obviously doing pretty well in life. Is that the person you say would inspire you the most in this world, or who inspires you the most to keep moving forward and just be successful?
I'd say, you know, it's funny. This is this answer could have been different a few years ago, but through life and experiences. So I always look. I mean, my uncle's always had his own thing, you know. But we never had my family's always been weird, bro. Like it's like we were taught on like, oh, you know, family's everything.
Right.
However, it just wasn't. It was just more like a saying, but it wasn't really like, oh, like you really got to be about family. It was just like, oh, your family should be everything, but it was never really like from the heart. You get me?
I hear you.
So it was like, it was pretty two-faced. So like growing up with that, like I saw that, and to me it was just like, oh, this is not really like what you guys make it to be, you know?
Right.
So I picked out little things from different people, but I think, like you said, going back to your question, like my biggest inspiration or what keeps me going, like the people I look up to, my mentor, I'd say, bro, it's a little different. I'd say it's I think what keeps me going is just my fear of failure.
Your fear of failure
to yourself or to others?
To myself. Like I think it's just like I don't look up to anybody. I pick out little things from everybody, but what pushes me and what keeps me going is just like I don't want to fail, and like I'm just so hard on myself that I'm like I have to be better. I gotta be better, you know. And it's like I said, just little things from everyone. But for me to say I have one person that I look up to is like, it's like, no, dude, I just want to be like me, and I just want to fulfill myself and get to a point where I'm like, I fucking made it, dude.
That makes sense.
You know?
So you pretty much look up to your future self.
Exactly. I
That's
think
the
that's
person
that's
that-
that's the right
dope.
answer.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
That's
my future
awesome,
self.
bro.
That's
That's
actually
amazing.
that's pretty badass, dude.
Yeah.
I think there's a quote like that
Congrats.
actually from, I forgot, he kind of said it. I think it might be Matthew McConaughey.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
it
my
might
favorite.
be.
That's one of my favorite actors.
I don't know if you've seen it.
I think it was a little bit different, but actually no. I think
No,
you're,
no,
I
I think
think
it's
you're.
exactly
I think
it.
you're right.
I think
yeah.
he's like, people always say like, who's your role model and stuff like that. He goes, me.
No. So they asked him. They were like, oh, so I think he was like 10 years old. Like, who's your role model? Who do you want to be in 10 years from now?
Yeah.
And he's like my dad. And then they asked him again 10 years later, like, oh, who do you want to be now? And then his answer changed all the time, right? And he's like, no matter how many, how much time goes by or whatever. I think this is what he said. But he's like, over time, I kind of learned that I wasn't really looking up to anybody, but I was gonna look up. I wanted to look up to myself in the next 10 years, or something along those lines.
Where it's pretty much, your
Yeah,
future
which I
self.
can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is it's crazy, and I feel like it would be different if I was in a different environment where like I had somebody that I like looked up to, and I was like, man, that person. But I like thankfully, I don't even feel bad about it. I feel like thankfully I didn't have that, and it was just always about figuring different ways out.
That's self-confidence, which is definitely needed. It's the difference between obviously ego and self-confidence, that you're so self-confident by yourself and your motivation and where you're going to be at in 10 years, that you don't need anyone else to motivate you.
Yeah.
You just motivate yourself.
Exactly.
I like
amazing.
that. Actually, I'm going to start saying that answer to myself.
You have a notebook there?
Like,
I'm mentally
Take
saying it
notes.
to myself now. So now
That's
when people
good.
ask me, I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna have that same mindset.
That's
I
good,
look up to
yeah.
myself.
Me 10 years from now.
Yeah, me 10 years from now.
there you go. see?
I like that. Damn, people should get listen to this.
That's actually good. Yeah,
I like that.
that's
Hey,
perfect.
well, hey, you said it yourself, bro. So
Thank you.
little
Yeah.
tap in the back.
Thank
know?
you. I mean,
Yeah,
you helped me out
dude.
with the right word, which is cool. But yeah, that's a good way to put it, man. It's definitely a thing.
Leading
Yes.
up to that, to piggybacking off that question, like obviously you have goals, whatnot for yourself. Your role model is yourself and the future self. So like, what is the legacy that you're building, and like, what are you doing to build that empire?
So my legacy, I'd say has to be in touching people's lives.
Okay.
So I want to be able to touch as many people's lives as I can, and be able to build a confidence, build a relationship with them, other than just, hey, I just trained you and all that, like which we talked about it earlier. I want to be able to people to like educate them, teach them, build a lifestyle with them that later on, 5-10 years from now, they have a sustainable, healthy living, and they can rethink and be like, man, that dude I trained with a long time ago, Cesar, like, like I learned a lot from him. Just that simple thing is just, it just fulfills me, keeps me happy, makes me feel like I've done my part,
Yeah.
And it's like, and for my goals to be working for that is constantly looking for people that want to be touched, that want to be helped, that want to be pushed, and just being that person for them, and it's just like as many people as I can do and I can help, which is probably my goal. And I wanted to open up a gym. That was one of my goals, but recently just like I said, life happens, and just I kind of grew out of it.
Yeah, so it's not really in your mindset right
It's
now,
not-
right?
Yeah, I'm more focused on touching people's lives until I realize that maybe I got to move on to something different, But for now, it's that's what I want to do. That's what keeps me happy, and that's what I'm good at. So
I like that. I love that. And then, leading up to that question, actually, still, it's pretty much. So obviously, you want to impact people, stuff like that in the future. That's like your main legacy that you want to build, your main empire. So let's just say, knock on wood. Obviously, it's not gonna happen. But if you like die tomorrow or whatnot, like all of a sudden, would you be content with, like, the people's life you've impacted so far and what you've achieved? Like, would you be at peace?
I would not.
You would not. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think I'm barely getting started. I think there's so much more for me to do, and there's so much for me that I could be so much more ahead of myself. You know? And I feel like sometimes just little distractions, little bad habits just kind of distract you from that. And I know that I could be better and I should be doing better.
Yeah.
And if I were to die tomorrow, per se, I don't have a fear of death. I think it's a normal thing. I think things happen. But I would just, like, want more time. I just...
That's like,
Like,
let me
it's
do,
like,
let me
no,
do a little
it's
more.
like, you can't take me now, like, no, I got more to do,
Yeah.
and it's like, but that's the thing, like, I feel like there's some people that have a switch on, like, that it's like, there's some people that are comfortable with what they have, and they're happy with whatever it is, and I feel like there's the other side of the people which are like, fuck, I could do more.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like it's a lot. I always say this. I feel like it's like it's okay. I feel like it's like a curse and a blessing, because like you're always wanting more. You always want more. You feel like you could do better. You feel like this is not enough, and it constantly makes you push for more, which keeps you elevated, keeps you above other people. You're always constantly working for goals. However, it comes to a point where it's like, when is it enough?
Yeah.
Like when would I know when is enough?
I think Miguel has the same thing.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it yesterday too. I asked him the same question yesterday. Just us two talking, and I think he had a similar answer to you. Pretty much like saying like, I have not done enough, stuff like that. When
Yeah.
I had kind of like the opposite answer, where I was like, if I would die tomorrow, I would actually be at peace. Just because I feel like I'm pretty content with the people I've impacted and what I've achieved so far. Obviously, there's always more,
Mm-hmm.
but I also know that like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, when is enough? Because you're never gonna be satisfied.
I know exactly, and I feel like
Yeah.
maybe there is like a time where you kind of connect and you're like, dude, like I'm kind of at peace,
Yeah.
and it might get to each of us at a different time, but there's also like that just fire in me that's just like, no, not look back sometimes, because I feel like it's good to just think back and like realize like where you come from, like what have you like gone through, like your failures, your success, and all that, and as looking back as a kid who grew up in a neighborhood where like we didn't have shoes, like stuff
Yeah.
like that, walking in the dirt, like without hot water. Guarantee you, if I asked anybody in that time, bro, anybody that sees me now from that time of my life, or from when I got here and I spoke no English, when I freaking like we had to ride in a minivan or like a work van, or I took the bus every time, and they see like the success that I've had, they'll be like, man, that dude's making it. Like, I wish I was that, or like I wish I got that far, But to me, it's like, nah, man. Like,
I'm not even close.
Like, I got way more to go, you know?
This is just the beginning.
Exactly, dude.
Tip of the iceberg, baby.
Exactly. It's a big fire in us. I feel like, and that's why I try to surround myself with people like that too, because it's just like, fuck, you want more? No, I want more, dude. Like, like,
Yeah,
it's just like a constant, like, healthy competition when it's like,
competition.
yeah, and it's like, I want to see you do more, like, and it's just like that. Like, I'm never going to be the one that's like, oh, he's doing more than me,
Yeah.
Like,
But
I'm like,
you're competitive
dude,
enough though that you're like,
Yeah.
you know what? I need to do more.
yeah, like, I'll pick your brain and I'll be like, hey, dude, how'd you get, And next thing you know, the next day you're gonna see me doing the same exact thing,
Yeah.
But I'm not once would I ever hate on somebody.
I like
Same
that.
here.
No, yeah, I agree. I feel like, I don't know, there's always more to do, obviously, but sometimes you gotta reflect on it, right? Like, you're like, oh, damn, like, I have accomplished a lot, stuff like that. But I think people have different motivation. Obviously, your motivation is like, I haven't done enough, so I gotta keep going. I think, Miguel, I don't know, are you the same way as well?
So the thing is with me is like, if I were to die tomorrow, my answer would pretty much be, I wouldn't be content with what I've done so far.
Yeah.
I think that I'm still growing as a person, and I've made huge mistakes that I still want to like resolve.
Yeah.
Not with myself alone, but with the people that I've actually met as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as a first impression now, I have huge troubles trying to communicate with people like who I really am as a person. Because oftentimes people just misinterpret like me being as like a douchebag or an asshole.
Yeah.
Because that's the way that I present myself, right? But once they get to know me, they're like, oh no, this guy's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's more of a sense of like the way I hold myself and the way I my facial expressions, I guess you can say. So I want to work on that. I want to work on being able to express who I really am as a first impression. You know what I mean? Instead of just being like that quote unquote douchebag or that quote unquote asshole.
From the first impression.
Pretty much, yeah.
I like that.
Just work on myself and just being able to like communicate better with the person in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like, let me go into that. I wanted to ask something. Hold on.
Yeah, please.
I want to
Ask whatever questions you want.
This is one thing that I've been debating about, and it's like, do you think it's maybe because we come from like a different country, like an immigrant? Because I've talked to a few people, like, for example, Christian. Like we kind of come to same similar background,
Mm-hmm.
and we all have the same answers, dude. It's always like same exact thing you said. Like, it's like we want more. Like we're not content, And then it's like sometimes you talk to some people that just are from here, and then it's like a complete different answer, and it's almost like it's like different thing. And I'm like, could it be like that? Maybe we just have different life experiences that we're like, man, we had nothing before. Like, there's so much opportunity here that you're just like Like, you know, like, it's like you haven't had food and then you just get somewhere.
Like kind of like a chip on your shoulder.
Exactly. And you're like, dude, like, I got to do more, you know? I feel like
I think it's 100% what it is, but I also think it has to do with us, you know what I mean? Because I've known numerous people that also come from our same background, come here and don't do a goddamn thing, right? They get multiple DUIs, they don't learn, they get arrested, they do just a bunch of havoc.
Facts.
For us, I think we came from a family and a background that were very hardworking, right? And they accomplished so much with a lot less than what we have now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, wait, if they accomplished all this with nothing, like, why can't we accomplish that and double that or triple that when we have a lot more, like, just things and I guess utilities we can use and people that we know now, you know what I mean? Because I guarantee you your uncle or, you know, some of your family members, they don't have the connections you have right now being the personal trainer that you are at Onyx Athletica, you know? You meet huge business people and you actually get to connect with them because you're training them, you know? You get to talk to them and build that relationship. So with that, like, on your side, it's like, dude, opportunities are endless, you know what I mean? You can accomplish numerous things that they could never. So I think that subconsciously in our head is like, we have more to it. We have more to do. We have a lot more to do. Like, we had so much growing up at one point, right? I want more. I can do more. I can accomplish more.
Is Christian like that too? Like, same mindset?
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Same thing? It's funny because I haven't interacted with Christian as much, but first impression of Christian, the friendly and nicest guy ever.
Very noble.
Very noble guy. Very humble.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys know him more.
No, he is.
He is, right?
He is that person.
Yeah.
He'll do anything for you.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. And you see, here's the thing. I think Christian is good at
The first impression.
translating himself as a person he is, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm not. I think Christian, I mean, he does great at that. Like, here's the thing. If you don't like Christian, you're the fucking problem.
I don't think
You're
I've
the
ever
fucking
met-
problem. I'm serious. Christian's fucking amazing.
I don't think I've ever met anybody like, bro, even my clients, just from just seeing him, they're like, dude, that dude's a nice guy, huh? And I'm like, yeah, like, he's
I met
super nice
before
guy.
I met Christian a bunch of times now, obviously, but the first time I met him at the gym, where in the VF stuff whatnot, he was like super nice. And I told him, I was like, damn, this guy's like super nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't even talked to him for much, but he's like has this nice energy.
Yeah,
Like, I just wanna
it's
be
his energy.
I just want to be around him.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
That's good energy to have, though. Not gonna lie, but I mean, at the same time, it's also good to have, like, I don't know, your first impression might be different, but I don't think it's essentially a bad thing.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. What I'm saying is I don't want that to be my first impression, you know, because a first impression for most is everything, right?
Yeah.
You only get one impression sometimes.
But the people that do get to know you, then you build your close circle.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like now the people that's like in your close circle, they're your close circle.
I do have a close circle though.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's your team.
Yeah.
So it's like
Right.
now you don't have like the bullshit of random people. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, I get that. But what I'm saying is, like, let's say you go somewhere to, like, network, right?
Yeah.
And you meet this one person.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about, like, oh, I want you to be in my circle. Fuck no, I don't want you to be in my circle. I want to network with you. You know,
Yeah.
I want to work. I want to dig in deep, and I want to, you know, see what I can get from you and see what you can get from me.
Yeah.
Kind of like, boom, boom, go back and forth. And sometimes you don't get that option because they're like, I don't know how I feel about this guy. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
It goes, and it even goes in this sense too. Like, every time we go somewhere, it could be out for a coffee, out for a sandwich,
Yeah.
you know, whatever, bro.
Oh yeah. That's
For some reason, I always get attitude.
Really?
Yeah, and
Dude, everywhere we go, me and
I
him.
try to be the nicest fucking person ever, bro.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, are you serious? You know, like, just.
It's kind of funny. Like everywhere,
It's
like
hilarious.
you order something or a sandwich, or even coffee or whatnot. There's the person who's taking his order will some sort give attitude towards Miguel, and then as a joke, be like, Miguel, what did you do to this lady? What did you do to her?
Yeah, and I'm
He's
like, I was just standing there. You know what I mean?
They probably think you're some entitled person from like Newport
Bro,
Beach,
that's what
bro.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I want to be able to, like, because I've gotten douchebag so many times, and
I think it's your hair.
douchebag. the
No,
thing
like
is,
your old hair.
my slick back
Your
hair
slick back hair.
could be, but dude, douchebag is like someone that's entitled, like you said, right from
Yeah.
Newport Beach, that thinks they're entitled to have everything that they want. Dude, I come from fucking nothing, bro. You know what I mean? Like, well, not from nothing, but like, I came to the U.S. when I was 16 years old. I was born and raised here. When I was 11, I moved back to Mexico. I came here when I was 16 years old, bro, with, I think it was like $200 in my pocket. Dollars, bro, dollars, U.S., right? I moved in with my brother at the time in this like super small studio, bro. I started working as a dishwasher.
Yeah.
As a fucking dishwasher for 8+ hours, bro. At the age of 16, I had to get a fake ID to get a job too. Went back to high school, stayed in high school for about 2 years and then dropped out because I was so angry that I couldn't graduate with my friends, right? I was like, what do you mean I can't graduate with them? Like, I don't want to go to adult ed. So I was angry and I dropped out, but I still kept my job, right? I would bike ride an hour and a half to get to work. So I'd get to work already fucking drenched in sweat, super fucking tired. And fast forward 10 years from now, like, I mean, I built a home, right? I have a house in Mexico, fully paid off. I drive a decent car. I have a decent job. I own a business. Yeah. Yes, I own a business now, bro. Like, I've came so far, and I don't think that, like, that's made me entitled or anything. I feel like I'm just more appreciative of a lot of things, right? Like, I learned to appreciate a lot more, but, like, I don't know. It's I guess it's hard to explain.
Yeah, that could also be it, though. Like, you came from, like, you know, whatever, and you built all this stuff, so, like, maybe your first impression is more closed off. Like, you know, like, that first impression, like, is just closed off because you made all this, so you don't want to, like, I don't know how to explain it really.
No, but you know me. Yeah, yeah. You know me, bro.
Well, obviously
you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
First impression, though, you were, like...
But I'm nothing like that. Like, if I can give you whatever I have that because you need it, I will do it, bro. I will take my fucking shirt off my back, and I'll give it to you if you're cold. Yeah. You know, that's the person that I am.
I did take your jacket New Year's Eve.
All the time, bro.
I saw
yeah.
Dude, that was freezing, though.
I will do shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very selfless, and I just think people don't see me that way. Obviously, I'm not going to give a random ass person my jacket. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, if I care about you and you're in my circle, here you go, bro. If you're homeless and I know you need it, here you go, bro.
Just take it.
Yeah, exactly. You know? And people don't, or not that they can't see that in me, but they don't think that of me.
I think it just goes back, like, even from just knowing you, I don't think that you perceived that way. I feel like it's more just, you shouldn't kind of feel like that it's something in you. I feel like it's just kind of society and the place where we're at that they automatically just judge without knowing, you know? And it's like, I feel like it's just a point where it's just like, you know, like...
We are in the area.
It is what it is, you know? Like, at the end of the day, like, if those people want to be close-minded and want to do that, like, you know who you truly are, we know who you truly are, and then you can't, like, keep everybody happy, especially somebody that doesn't matter, doesn't affect you, doesn't value you.
That's true.
You know, it's like, imagine if you try to just keep bringing everyone happy, you know? Like, as long as the people that you care about...
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters, you know? And I think I've got that big experience just from, like, my persona and just, like, my tattoos and everything.
I was actually going to go to that.
You know?
Based on, like, first impression, you're a guy with a lot of tattoos, right? I have tattoos as well, all right here. But, like, you have face tattoos as well, neck tattoos, hand tattoos. Like, how is it with first impressions?
You know what?
Because you're, like, one of the nicest dude, most humble dude ever. But... like, you know, like, stereotype-wise, people might not think that way. Like, do you ever battle with that? Like, do you have bad interactions ever, or?
You know what? It's like, I think from just, like, growing up and everything, I mean, didn't have tattoos, you know, anything. I was just kind of trying to find my place and, like, where I fit in, you know? And it was just kind of lost for a moment, just figuring out, trying to keep, I think that's where I go back to what he was saying. Like, I was just trying to keep everyone happy, you know? Like, oh, what is this person going to think of me? Oh, my God, you know, like, what are they? I'm a minority. Like, what about this and that? You know, and just beating myself over. And then it's just got to a point where I just realized, like, you know what? Like, dude, I'm happy. And this one makes me happy. And, like, I can do whatever the hell I want. And,
exactly.
Like, I don't need nobody's approval, you know? And to a certain point, I understand, like, you need some type of, like, networking and, you know, and, like, stuff like that. But I kind of take that as a challenge, like, oh, really? Like, I'm going to look the way I want to look, and I'm still going to make it. I'm still going to prove you wrong. I'm still going to tell these people that think I'm a thug or whatever it is. Like, okay, I'm a thug, and then with my own business, no criminal record, no nothing, you know? And it's like, people see me, and they talk to me, and, like, oh, dude, like, this dude, like, I was scared to talk to you. And I'm like, dude, like, you know, like, you got to...
Tattoo is just art. It's just an expression.
It is, yeah. And then, like, you know, like I said, I think the face tattoos is a big thing. But to me, I think one of the biggest things is when, like, I thought about getting them, it was like, I'm going to prove people wrong, you know? And it's like, I think one of the things that it keeps me happy is, like, realizing the people's faces when they actually realize, and when they talk to me and they're like, oh, shit, this dude is, like, I judged him, you know? And I was wrong about it. Because I think, like, slowly things like that just make people learn, like, to not be that way, you know? To be open-minded.
So you're kind of showcasing also your clientele who might... at first been intimidated by you and whatnot, but realize that, like, oh, wait, maybe I shouldn't judge other people based on, like, how they look or whatnot, or their lifestyle. It doesn't really matter. And I think society is changing nowadays. Like, we have doctors and nurses with, like, tattoos that are blasted. Like, blasted. Even on TV shows now, Like you see doctors in TV shows, full chest tattoo, full neck tattoo, stuff like that, and they're still having a profession that's saving people's fucking lives, you know?
Exactly,
So it's like,
because I think at the end of the day, what matters is what value you bring for a person or for anybody, you know, whether you could, I mean, dude, if I'm gonna be a business partner with somebody and you're gonna make me profit and we're gonna have a successful company, and dude, I don't care if you have 3 eyes, bro. Like,
yeah,
you know, it's like, bro. Like,
I mean, to put it simple, right?
It is,
Yeah,
dude. You could be fucking green, blue, whatever, dude.
Whatever.
You can have your whole face tattooed. If you're a genuine person and we can work together and we can make things happen, dude, my heart's open to you. You know,
I think it goes to like energy.
Exactly.
Because everyone has a different aspect. I don't know if you believe that as well. Like
No, I
everyone
do.
oozes a different energy,
Exactly.
and doesn't matter how you look. The moment you like somewhat interact with them, you could feel it. Have you ever had someone like walk in a room, like a random person, and you just know they're like super nice, genuine people, or
course.
the energy they give is like
Dark
I'm the
energy.
fucking dark energy, or I'm the fucking boss. Like you will
The
know who I
alpha.
am, the alpha.
The alpha energy.
Which is-
Yeah, I feel
Right.
like we all have experienced like every type of kind of energy like that,
Yeah.
you know. And it's so funny when you start like catching and you're like, oh, okay, like I see what this person's kind of like bringing
The
in,
vibe,
you know?
yeah.
And I feel like that also kind of, depending on who you are, it just kind of lets you be like, okay, I got to approach this person, or like
A
this
different way.
person,
Yeah.
or like this person, or like maybe, oh, this is some person I can work with, you know, or like, nah, this person might be something that we just might not be compatible, because we need to also understand we can't be compatible with everybody, you know.
No,
It's not
100%
about
not.
like not liking somebody or anything. It's just like different energies are just different energies, and just you might not just match, and it's totally cool, dude. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
it
it's
doesn't
like,
mean you're a good or bad person. There's just
exactly.
different
It's just-
energies.
It's like you can't be dating anyone, you know, like things
Yeah.
just don't work out, and it's like it's not. You shouldn't take it personal. It's just it is what it is. There's tons of people. There's tons of energy, and we just if it's not that if that doesn't match your energy, there's Miguel right here that will match my energy. You
I
know?
mean, that's why me and Miguel,
Compatibility, yes,
me and
sir.
Miguel both have, like as business partners, we have different energies for sure, different pros and cons to each, and I think that's what we balance each other perfectly for the business. We have completely different energies. I think it's dope.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think so. Going back to walking in the room, I think when Alex walks in the room, fucking rainbows and butterflies fall out of this fucker. You know what I
No, I agree, and it's just like the happy French guy. You know, it's like it's just like he's just so happy, so living.
Unless he gets drunk, bro, then he gets a little rude sometimes.
Yeah,
I've actually-
sometimes.
I haven't seen that part of him. Yeah.
You don't want to see a French.
I don't think I
French-
get.
a
I don't think I
drunk
get
French
like.
guy.
I don't get angry or rude. I think I'm just. I'm more straightforward.
I'm more
Like I just say without thinking.
Yeah.
Like I'll just say my opinion, whatever, without thinking about someone else's opinion.
Well, I think it's also like even if you don't speak, like just your facial expressions alone, just seem rude. You know what I mean?
It's like- for funny, the fact I actually stopped drinking. Like this was a while back. I actually quit drinking for like a good year.
Oh wow.
This was like I was like 24, 23, 24, just because it was getting to the point where like I didn't feel like myself. Like you said, like sometimes I do get too drunk, I get like this facial expression, and it's like it's not me. That's not who I am as a person. So that's why I stopped it. I was like, I don't want to be like this because it's not who I am.
Yeah.
But you know, it was only for a year, and then now I kind of control it a little bit.
I feel like it's good to just sometimes just take a break and relax from whatever it is. Like, man, you know, like I'm kind of taking this too far. You know, this is not really who I am.
You get lost
Maybe I
into
just gotta,
it.
yeah.
For
bro.
some people, you know, you gotta learn how to, you know, realize who you are as a person and kind of quit things when you have to.
I think I think it's happened to all of us, you know, and I call it, my term is you get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, you get lost in the sauce,
And it-
bro.
and it-
I'm getting lost in the smoke, bro.
Facts.
It's like people also who like.
Vape. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting lost in the smoke, bro.
Huh? Oh, go pee. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
After that,
Wait, you're leaving me alone with this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
shit.
on, bro.
I'm just
Fuck.
gonna sit here in silent.
There's no alcohol though. Be good.
There's no booze.
If there's alcohol, Miguel will keep going. Shit.
Yeah, I know, guy. You said we can go to his house after.
Shit. That was a little too loud. But that is me.
Yeah, that's you.
That is I.
Miguelo.
Alexandre.
How's it going? Jensen, how are we doing on time?
You're in an hour.
Okay, shit. We're gonna do rapid fire question and then kind of stop it.
So,
from there.
Alex, tell me about yourself, man. Who are you? What do you do?
My
What's your name, bro?
My full name is Alexandre Noël Béranger.
Hey, Noel. Oh,
Noël.
Noel.
Yeah.
Really?
Noël means Christmas in French.
I've known you for like 3 years, and I've never known you had
Actually?
a middle name. Yeah, actually.
All right, Angel.
He knows my middle name.
Yeah. Miguel Angel. Yeah, shitty business partner. Fuck. Yeah, Noël, because I'm born on Christmas Eve. So Noel is Christmas in
Bro,
French.
I'm gonna call you Noel from now on.
Noel?
Yeah, what's up, Noel?
Shit, that'd be less common than Alex.
It is.
Actually, Alexandre is less common, but super common in France. We both have really common names, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Miguel Angel
Yeah,
Jimenez.
my story.
Tell your story about your name.
The way I
actually.
got
That
my
is
name was
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah, so who do you share a name with? Miguel Angel Jimenez.
So I share the exact same name, first, middle, and last, with one of my uncles. He's actually my youngest uncle from the part from my dad's side of the family.
Uh-huh.
But when my mom had me, my uncle Miguel was still in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
And he was probably like, I don't know, like 10, 12 years old. So she completely forgot about him. And she was laying there with me, and she's like, I want to give him a name that none of my family members have. Like, I want to give him something entirely different than everybody else. But I'm
Yeah.
like, well, anyways. So she's like, oh, I'm going to leave him, Miguel Angel Jimenez.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fast forward now, I'm like, Mom, you try to give me a unique name, and you gave me the most common Mexican name in the fucking world. And not only that, you named me just like my uncle.
Yeah, exactly. But she didn't know. She forgot about it.
She forgot about it, but still, it's like, how do you forget? How do you think Miguel is
Is the most
an
unique
uncommon name? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Do you ever ask that to your mom?
I don't bring it up to her. I'm content with my name. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
that's pretty
Whatever.
funny,
I might change it later, but
Yeah. I think it's fucking hilarious.
yeah,
Alright.
yeah,
Yeah, you're good, bro.
yeah.
We all took our turn.
No, to be fair, I love the way my name sounds in English, though. Michelangelo.
Oh my god.
That shit sounds fucking sick.
It does.
Yeah.
You know what? Name change now, alright?
Yeah,
I
Michelangelo.
gotta change the index cards now.
Dude, come on, bro.
It'll be Alexandre and Michelangelo.
Michelangelo.
They'll be like, oh, damn, these guys are artists, huh?
You know what's also funny that I've noticed too, like
A-Shock.
different cultures.
Hey, Shock,
Cheese.
Swirl Pop.
let's try this new flavor.
Actually, yeah. First review. What is it?
It's actually pretty fire, dude.
Is it good?
What does it taste like?
Dude, you know like those orange pops that you get like in the like at 7-Eleven and shit, like the ice cream. Tastes like that.
So kind of like a creamy orange, or
No, not so creamy. It's not like a creamsicle, like a
crisp-
creamsicle. It's
like a
more
crisp orange.
It's more like a water-based kind of.
Oh, okay.
It's fire, dude.
that sounds
I
dank.
like kind of similar to the Rocket Pop then.
Exactly, that's what it is. Like an orange rocket.
Like
pop,
an orange
dude.
rocket pop.
Oh, fire.
Dude, perfect for summer, huh? I might have one right now.
So
This is fire.
we're going towards our last segment of the podcast, Cesar. It's gonna be a rapid fire questions, pretty
Ooh.
much, right? So
Dun,
you just
dun,
gotta go right away, right?
Alright, let's see.
If anybody of you here in the crowd listening have any questions as well, just ask away, and then we could do a rapid fire segment as well. So right away, what would be your last meal if you died?
In and out.
Oh, okay. What would be your superpower?
To fly.
Favorite muscle to work out?
Chest.
Crunchy or creamy peanut butter?
Creamy.
Favorite book or a book that you would recommend to everyone?
Compound effect.
Favorite movie that you would recommend to everyone?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh fuck! Yeah, that movie's so good. I want to watch it again. Actually.
Yeah, I love that one.
First quote that comes up to your head.
First quote that comes to my head. Dude, I can't think of one.
Okay,
That's crazy.
That's all good. We'll go back after.
You
do
should
you
just
crunch
choose the
or
beef.
you fold your toilet paper when you wipe?
Fold.
Fold. All right. Miguel, do you have any rapid fire question?
No, I think you covered
Favorite
them all.
energy drink?
A-Shock.
Oh, good
A-Shock's
answer.
energy.
All right, there we go.
Cheers.
Leading up to this, we're actually, I just want to talk about A-Shock Energy Drink real quick. They are a sponsor of our podcast right here. It's more of a green tea type of energy drink. The smaller cans accelerator is about 150 milligrams of caffeine. And then the bigger one that Cesar right there has, I think it's about 200 or
I think it's 250 to 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Damn, really?
I'm trying to find it.
Well, in a way.
They get too fired up, though.
Yeah,
200 milligrams.
200
Oh,
milligrams.
you're
okay,
right.
And
okay.
it's all natural caffeine.
It's a green tea extract.
Yeah, and thermogenic.
And
Does
thermogenic.
warm up a little bit.
0 calories.
There we go.
And then the owners are amazing, too.
Yeah, fits the macros, baby.
Yeah, and they're right here based in Costa Mesa, Newport Beach area, which we are as well. Before we end this podcast, Cesar, is there anything you want to say? There's a camera right here for you. Plug in your Instagram, where they could find you, and whatever last word you want to say to the people.
So I actually just thought of a quote.
Okay, there you go.
It was going to bug me. So
I gotta say it.
actually, my favorite quote is, I don't know how you can come up with this. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Michael Jordan, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
It's amazing.
The Don Corleone.
But no, so my Instagram handle is C_flex_. Training at Onyx Athletica in Newport Beach. So if you guys want to go check me out, just feel free to get on the site. And I'm on there. Also, feel free to send me a message if you guys are interested or have any questions, whether it's anything about any advice about training, nutrition, anything it could be. You know, just feel free to just DM me. Like, I don't mind at all. I'll go ahead and help you out with whatever you need. And yeah, anything you guys need, like I said, just let me know. Thank you guys for letting me come in here.
Of course.
Like I said, I appreciate you guys a lot. And thank you for my beautiful girlfriend that came over here and just sat here.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Michelle, maybe one of these days we'll get you on. We do need a female
She could talk about
once in a while.
She could talk about her
personal business.
Yeah, her
You
personal
could
business.
be famous as well.
She'll be if you guys need a last check, you guys gotta hit her up.
There we go.
What's the handle?
Lash Bays.
Lash Bays.
We'll put it underneath.
If you want to be a bay, get your lash by Lash Bays.
We'll get you on
That's
as well. You know what? We should get you on and then have Gabby as well.
Ooh,
Oh, both yeah.
That'd be
fun.
cool.
That'd be
Cool.
really
Two
fun.
girls.
Yeah.
And Gabby also being like one of the.
And they're also friends, right? You guys also talk, so it'd be cool.
Yeah. Any last words?
No, I mean, just Cesar, thank you for stopping by, man. It was a great podcast. I think the listeners are going to love it too. So just link up, hit my boy up for great personal training sessions. Just be aware, if you train leg days with this guy,
yes, sir.
you're not going to survive.
Dude, any day, bro. I used to train with him. I tell Miguel all the time, do one session with Cesar, just one day, and he hasn't.
Well, specifically leg days. When you tell me, like, I want you to
Any
do,
day,
I want
bro.
you to
It
do
doesn't
one
matter,
leg
any
day with
day.
Caesar.
Even chest there, I literally die after the first set, and I can't even do a push-up anymore.
No,
Yeah.
come in and we'll do like I've been wanting to do this thing where we do like a whole like video of just like a leg day. Like I'll just train you guys, just do a leg day.
So you
and
would
we'll
just want like a compilation of just people dying?
exactly.
Yeah.
Just people laying on the floor.
Just one by one, just all over
But
Onyx.
no, leg days it's my favorite thing to train
Yeah.
for my clients. So it'll be cool.
It is also my favorite, and it's also like, oh, man, your leg days are just fucking insane.
So I love leg days on my days off because they just drain me,
Yeah,
bro. For
'cause
the
you're
rest of the
exhausted.
day, I'm just like tired.
Yeah.
You just want to sleep and fucking
Just
relax
just
the whole
chill.
day.
Well,
Yeah. Watch a
anyway,
movie.
we're going to put all of Caesar's link below. Phenomenal trainer. He also does one-on-one training, obviously, but you also do up to 2 or 3 people at a time.
Semi-private.
Semi-private, which is also dope as well. You could bring a friend and whatnot. But yeah, he also does payment plans, right?
Sweet, yeah. And come check out the facility. The facility is amazing. It's at Onyx. The owners are great people there. The environment. If I'm not the right fit for your training type, there's plenty of other people there who are amazing. We have like a whole family thing going on there, which is super, super chill.
Yeah, you guys are all super close now, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Super nice. It's a great place, man. Great place. So I think it's we got a good thing going, and from like just having a little over a year that we've opened, I feel like we got like something really good going. So I'm really excited to be part of that. And also make sure you guys go check out the clothing brand, dude. Like the clothing brand is
Yeah,
fire.
appreciate it, brother.
Like I wear that all the time. Their oversized tees, their hats, the mesh shorts. Like you guys gotta go check it out for sure. Like I know there's tons of brands out there, but like really gotta give them a try.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Well, Life of Friends podcast, once again, presented by View the Brand. And then, once again, if you're listening, hopefully we get to help you out in any way, whether we entertained you, educational, whatever it is. Yeah, have a good day.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.